Hopefully now I can be heard. And all right. Think this is working? Okay. I need to move to my desk. All right. Hello, folks. Hello, hello, hello. We are back to hopefully finish up Will here. I brain farted on his name for a second. Realize I also need to repaint his sleeve. I think it needs to be a lighter color. I'll do that. So, okay. Did that go cool? Okay, but first I'm gonna touch up his chest here, or all his cloth. This last major area I need to clean up. So, I haven't streamed the last few weeks just because I've been utterly exhausted. I'm still quite tired. I'm also not feeling well. I seem to have something. I seem to be suffering something similar to IBS right now. I don't think it's full-blown IBS, but it certainly has the same symptoms. Some days I spend a lot of time in the bathroom, unfortunately. Hoping to avoid that today. But I've had a rough morning, so there might be points I might run off and vanish to go take care of myself. So I apologize for any weird stints of quiet. And I do intend to go the full time today. So get this cleaned up. And we'll... That's shocking, because Will is actually probably the hardest companion to miss. Because he's right in the grove, but that's interesting to miss him. Then he's not very obvious too, unless you're kind of paying attention in the grove. Know what to pay attention for in the grove. Must be kind of... Makes you wonder how a lot of the how different interactions once you get to Baldur's Gate are without Will there, or even certain interactions in Act 2. Actually, there's a particular one that comes to mind. Also, why the hell does my phone keep going dark? Stop that. Oh, I turned that off. Alright, whatever. What's her face and her lover? What? I have no idea who you're talking about. What's her face and her lover? Are you referring to Jakira and Minx by chance? Because you don't get them until Act 3. Sure. Oh, wait, you're referring to Isabel and Damien, right? My brain took a second to process that. It's like, because they're not actually companions. So, like, brain did not quite make the connection as who that's you meant at first. Yes, the moon lesbians. That's interesting. That means with Will, you never approached the training yard? Because I think when you approach the training yard in the Grove, it automatically triggers the interaction with him. But you missed Will and got... No, I guess that means you also missed Karlak? Because I didn't see Liz Karlak, so I'm assuming you missed her. Which she's really easy to miss, because you have to really go out of your way. And it's not obvious where she is. I think you have to... There's little... Even the one environmental clue that there's only like 2 environmental clues, and one of them's basically a red herring. Lady, you're supposed to stab her. Yeah, that's a big hint. I just put my hand all over the paint I just laid down. Cool. Because, you know, I'm smart. I did it again. Oh my god, don't hold him by his back. Hold on. Stop doing that. Okay. Okay, I apparently need to turn sleep mode off on my phone because it, like, happens every 30 seconds. So, give me a second. I think it's under power save. Nope, it is not under that. There, screen timeout, that's what I'm looking for. There. Prevent my screen turning off if I'm looking at it. Got it. See if that helps. Oh, I got disconnected from my chat. Okay. Yeah. Why do I keep getting disconnected from my own chat? Aside from the obvious answer of Twitch just sucks right now. keeps constantly disconnecting for me. I don't know why. I'll have to look at it. Granted, this is the beta for some tool, I guess Twitch is wanting to roll out, and it doesn't seem to be working properly. I don't know. Okay, it just makes me go do it. Okay, cool. Alright, whatever. Fine. I guess I'll stick with it. Okay, pull that out then. Okay, so this whole thing has to be silver according to... God damn it. Hair caught on there. Okay, I think that's good on all of this. I'm just gonna double check on his rapier, because then that means I just have to redo the guard here. I guess I looked away and it decided to turn off. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna touch up its horns a bit. There we go. You know, that is the gray I used. Okay. I'm just silly. Oh, I have these alone. I don't need this. Okay, let's see. So I need... Oh, I have the Seraphim Sepia right there, but... No, yeah, I'll use the Seraphim Sepia for that. Oh. Put its colors away. My poor tummy. Feeling weird. Actually, yeah, no. It's easier to do it this way. I'm gonna paint his eye real quick. Of course, because I stepped away, my phone went dark. Turn on, please. Phone's being an ass. What? Sorry. Oh my god, stop falling over. Stay propped up. Wait, that's not the right size, but I lost the correct one a while ago. Okay. Get his eye painted. Alright, that won't fit, so don't do that. Okay. I'm just gonna double check his sword, because I'm pretty sure it's just that color. I'm pretty sure it's all metal. Oh. Yeah. Pixels, please? Yeah. All steel. Okay. It is all steel. Get it. Okay, no, nothing fancy, so I just need to fix that. Just have to fix that part, and it should be good. Okay, I will come back to sit. Get this going. You have a 3D monitor. You don't put a phone stand. I have several phones. Also, my ping desk does not have the space for spare phone stand, so like I have a phone clip thing sitting here I could feasibly use, but it's angled in a way meant more for filming with my phone than to, you know, have chat open, so it's fine where it's propped up. I'm lazy and have very limited space. Plus, I cannot. I'm already out of filament. I was like, cannot afford justifying the cost. I was like, well, also I'm out of filaments anyway, so. I'm just lazy. How I have it now works for me right now. Just mildly annoying my phone is like, oh, hi, you're not looking at me. I'm gonna turn off now. And it's like, please stop. Okay. Let that dry. set that safely over there, so hopefully I don't knock it over again. Okay, I don't have space for that right now, so... Alright. Now I gotta look at what color Will's lips are. A little bit of red, but not a ton. So, I think I know how to handle that. I think. Take that color. I could attempt to use the familiar pink, but I feel like that's too bright, and it's too much red. And my other contrasts are a little too red. Put that, and then I need to find my Reichland. There it is. Nope, that's Agrax. Reichland was the one next to it. Which, apparently, I need to buy... No, that's Seraphim's Happy. Where's my Reichland? Someone disorganized this. There it is. Okay, that's the one. That's for Zai. Oh, I realized I forgot to do something on... I forgot to turn a couple of things on. Let me try that now. Give my back a slight break because it's really hurting right now. I don't know why. Nope. take me back to my cloudbot. Ah, shit, where'd it go? Oh, cloudbot. Timers. Okay, there we go. Turn those on because I forgot to do that. I hope the music is proving to be loud enough. Okay. Breakland. Going to use you very carefully. Good, get that eye shade filled in for his normal eye. Okay. Then I do apparently need my canola oil. Go grab that. If I have any left, I think I do. Yes, there is some left in the pot I had spilled a few days ago. Okay. There are some raised spots on his neck I need to get covered up. probably have to replace that one, that dry brush. I think I'm gonna use Basilica Gray, I think. If I have any. That is a good question. I don't think I have any. Alright, cool. Or one of my partners has it and hasn't put it back. So, alright, I'll just have to use up this Nolan oil and then use up the rest. I keep putting my fingers on the I paint on the back because I am a fool. I'll hold his hand while I do this. him down. Ooh, careful not to break that. Move him back here. Thanks, phone. Okay, clean that up. Put that away. We'll need to make a dot of brown on his eyes. So I think I'm gonna use Cygor because it is a reddish brown. He's got a dark eye, but not like super dark. So give that a little bit to dry. my hey what hi article as you went in. Thanks Raz, and hello. Yeah, I think I'm winning. I'm almost done with this guy. I plan on finishing him today. That way I can move on, or I could start working on the next bus, which I've got to prep and build this week. It's going to be basically a fantasy Red Riding Hood. It's another Loot Studios bust. So try to space out doing Baldur's Gate one, because I have another Baldur's Gate one lined up. It's actually Dave Malin who's lined up. That one's going to be a bit of beginning with airbrush work. So but I want to give a break and do back and forth. So once Will's done this next one, then it's Daymale, and then I have another one after that, and then I'll probably take a break from doing Baldur's Gate ones for a little bit. Though part of me wants to do another Minthara, but I'm gonna wait because Pseudo have a client, the guy who bought my last two busts, he bought my Minthara and my Karlach, really wants me to, he wants to, basically is keeping an eye out for whenever I put up a Baldur's Gate 3 one, so like, I eventually want to do one of each cast member, and then maybe some side characters with access to them, but I'm trying to space it out, A, to help that poor guy's wallet, and B, because I don't want to keep painting the same thing over and over again, essentially. I want to keep up the variety of makers and characters, because I think it's way more interesting. So, but yeah, that's what we're at, and I'm still working on the cloud motorcycle. I was hoping to get it done this week, but I kept forgetting. I apparently forgot parts, so I finished printing those yesterday, and then I realized I forgot another part, which is printing right now. So I gotta clean, prep, get the painting based on them, and get them added to the motorcycle. That way I can get back to finishing the motorcycle, hopefully, and then work on cloud. So, like, the motorcycle is proving to be the biggest part of this annoying build. It's not as bad as the Alucard build I was doing, but I let that one sit for so long. I was just so frustrated with it. I'll eventually attempt Alucard again, but it's not going to be for a while. I have too many other backlog projects. I have another, I have the Demogorgon statue still to do, and I have a bunch of FDM printed things I got to finish. I should go back to working on. I have a dragon's head statue that I need to fix the horn. I need to fix the horns on it and then print the backplate. And then I've got a couple of Senshi controller holder figures that have errors on them that I need to fix and then smooth it out and all that. So yay, listening to me ramble. Anyway, that's because I'm trying to kill time because my back hurts. I'm trying to let this also dry. I mean, I could break out the heat gun. It's not plugged in, but it's not that hard to plug it back in. But instead, herp. Go away. Not you guys. I'm talking to freaking pop-up ads on my phone or in my email, so I get the alerts. Okay, the streaming whole thing sucks ass. Because it keeps disconnecting from my chat, so I keep missing messages, apparently. I only saw them because I went to my phone, or my computer. That one. Okay, hopefully you are dry enough for me to do this. know how I'm gonna do his stone eye. So I would have thought it'd be sculpted, but it's not. I might just leave his stone eye as is, so it kind of looks like he's blind, but he's not. That also doesn't fit on there. I don't know why I keep doing that. Okay, so that's his eye. I just have to get one of the dark grays and do it. I don't know. Because the eye's not sculpted. It certainly looks like well to me. Gotta work on his rapier here. Oops. Wow. There was a wet spot right there. That's okay. It's mostly about just smoothing out the blotches. I don't know what color that rope is on his arm band. Well, time to look at the references again. Okay. Okay, it is a dark brown, and those are also a dark brown, so I need to fix those up. Okay. I see. Okay, cool. So we're gonna use this brown. There we go. This one leaks so much. I don't know why. I think it has wasted more paint than I've actually used from this brown. Just reaffirming my stance that I find dropper balls suck ass. Okay. go over there. Just want to work on the main body. I think I got it. There we are. Okay. we'll use the Wildwood. Fascinated by just how much brown, basically how much brown he has. He only has one alternate color, which is the red on it. So it's made for a very interesting teaching bust. Because I paint dark skin tones occasionally, but not as, I guess, as often as I should. And typically on minis, the first time I painted something with a dark skin tone on something so large. It was quite fun. And of course, as I said, it is a teaching moment because it's very different from like painting something in a fantasy tone, like it's really dark, like straight black, or in Manthara's case, she was violet or purple. Which was an interesting challenge, this by itself. But this felt more like when I did the Capricorn busts when I way back, and I went with an albino skin tone because I wanted to try and see how closely I can emulate that without, you know, being a just traditionally white skin tone. And that taught me a lot, especially because it was my first time using or putting the Verdaccio technique into this. We looked at it, people get. Oh yeah, people do. It was funny, not funny, it was kind of demoralizing, but when I was at work last week, and I've already told a few friends the story, and which I think Raz saw it, I posted, it is, while I was working, I said, I sell these busts at a shop I work at because the owners were nice enough to let me sell them, and I just don't have space to store all these. So a lot of these I'd rather rehome, because I don't want to throw them away, because that would be insanely wasteful. So I try to sell them. There's a guy, like I said earlier, there's a guy who seems super excited anytime I have Baldur's Gate 3 busts up for sale, so maybe he will pick up this one if it's in his budget. But it should be. My busts are no more, haven't gone above 200. The Vi bust is a little more expensive because she took me longer to paint, but her price has come down a bit since then. But anyway, this guy and his girlfriend come in, and it's quiet. I'm just at the counter putzing around because that's mostly my job, is I just sit at the counter and keep the store in order, make sales, all that. And they wander by the shelf space that has my painted work on that. I currently only have 4 items up because I produce the busts much faster than the statues, so there's 2 statues and 2 busts presently. And dude like whips out his phone and just shines the flashlight, scrutinizing over it for like a good, like, exaggerated movements and everything. It's like, nowhere does it say anything. Yes, scrutinize, like, I'm fine with criticism and stuff. I'm fine with criticism as people look at, like, I don't, you know, giving an opinion, a constructive opinion, I should say, not just giving an opinion, but a constructive opinion on something, especially when it comes to stuff I've put effort into, like art or writing, including painting my models, painting mine or these models. Dude then, like, to his girlfriend, scoffs and goes, is like, they're okay, but not for that price. Mind you, these are only like 125, 175. The first bust I sold was 100, and the owners, it sold so fast. Like, it was there for like, I think 2 weeks before the guy bought it. Came in all excited and saw it and bought it like immediately. And then the Carlac, I think, also lasted only 2 weeks, but I sold her for 175. Dude was totally fine with it. So this guy scoffs and to his girlfriend goes, while I'm sitting at the counter so I can hear him, so he obviously knows I can hear him, they're okay, but not for this price. And for reference, we also carry, there's a painter named Stephen Oakes, he's a local, who, super sweet guy. completely unfair because this dude is swole as hell, a great bodybuilder, and also a great model painter. He's a really charming, sweet guy. So I was like, dude, there needs to be one flaw with you I can, feel slightly better about because he is such a nice dude. He's so good at painting, and this dude is ripped as shit. But he does paint work for Joe Manganiello. The Tiamat Joe has shown off a lot in social media is actually painted by Steven. We have a copy of one sitting in our store, and that thing goes for, I think, starting at $7,000. Like, Steven's not a cheap dude, and he paints super well, but he also, like, painting a Space Marine costs a few $100. And the guy, I pointed out Steven Oakstart without saying anything. It's like, well, if you want something better, there's more expensive stuff, or there's more high-end stuff in the back, but the smaller models start at a couple $100. The guy went to look and then came back kind of defeated. Didn't buy shit in the store, so I wasn't too worried, but it was just kind of annoying because, like, dude, I know I'm not insanely talented, but, like, that took a lot of effort, and from looking at all just the on the average of people who paint stuff, paint models and stuff, I'm very on the low end still when it comes to pricing, as I've learned. And though I appreciate the owners that keep saying charge more, I was like, I don't want to do that because I have to find the right middle ground, and I'm still kind of learning that right now. Yeah, anyway, dude was a jackass, and I don't see his relationship last one because he made a comment about D&D and his girlfriend was not pleased by it. So, well, I doubt I'll ever see them again, but it was an interesting interaction, I will say. Well, if you had, like, approached me before about, like, painting Will or any kind of dark, basically African skin character, I usually am very, squeamish about it, and it's not for, like, the reasons people think. It's more of, like, I want to paint it well, but I want to paint it well that is, I guess, respectful. So, like, doing skin tones like this electronics, I want to do it correctly. Which of course takes a lot of experimentation. Like, I did, like, a lot of research, or I did a fair amount of research and stuff before I attempted this, and it was still kind of crazy. I think adopting the Verdaccio technique when I paint for painting skin has helped me a lot because it's made doing a lot of skin tones, especially crazier skin tones, so much easier. All right, so I think that's actually gonna be pretty much close to done. I think that's pretty much. I have to give it an inspection. His hair's still very flat red. Yeah. One day I'll get a Primark of my own to add to my collection. So we'll socket his arm in and take a look at it overall. There's a hair there. There's hairs everywhere. Okay. Okay. I think he looks pretty good, to be honest. I almost hit myself in the face with this frickin' sword. One thing I'm learning with painting at this scale is I don't need to do as much highlighting since it's large enough where light falls off textured areas and just the object in general. Naturally enough where highlighting isn't fully necessary, but it helps a lot. His actor, thank you. Yeah, I did use photos of his actor a few times with helping Wake set up the tone of his skin, but also, like, with his hands and such. So you see the two-tone. I think the only thing is I need to touch up his fingernails a little, and I just need to apply wash to them. Then I think he'll be done. Then I can show you guys what the next project is, even though it's not cleaned up, so it'll look horrible. I think, yeah, we'll do right one. Yeah, so I am currently printing his plinth because he doesn't use he has a bit of an abnormal plinth size, or not plinth size, but it's plinth design, so I couldn't just use a normal one. But the plinth was so decorative that I couldn't use it on I couldn't print it on the FDM printer without it being weird, so I'm printing it on my resin printer, is currently going. I'm gonna touch up his fingernails a bit, just so they blend in more, they're not so stark. There we go. Okay. So then I think that does it for Will. Got done a little ahead of schedule. That's okay. I knew it wasn't much, but I just wasn't sure how long it would take me to do it all. If it had taken me like 20 minutes, that would have been a different story. But not. So I'm gonna paint the butt. Once the bust is printed, or the plinth is printed, I will paint it on my own because it shouldn't be too hard. But there is our Blade of Avernus. I'm glad I went with the option that had the horns, because I like how that came out. So that is Will. I'm gonna scoot him a little closer and see his face. But there's the boy. Even further down. All right, and I think we can call that done. And once I have the plinth printed, I will seal it and then get it to the shop. He sits really weird because of that. All right, I will go give kitties treats. Let me go wake them up, because it is nap time. It's time for mid-afternoon nap. So they are all, I'm not sure where they are. Where are the cats? I'm shaking the bag and no one's waking up. Oh, there's Sauce. Hi! Where's your brother? Want your treats? Want treats? There you go. Where's your brother? Beans! Beans, where are you, buddy? You in the closet? Oh my god, have you been in the closet this whole time? I'm so sorry! Come here, buddy! Oh no! I'm so sorry! Okay, so apparently I accidentally locked Beans in our closet because he likes to take a nap in there. So he just sat there staring at the door. When I opened it, he looked at me like, "Hi, Mom." Why have I been stuck in here? It's dark. Oh, poor buddy. I accidentally trapped him in the closet. My poor cat. Feeling abandoned. Alright, let me find Red Riding Hood here. Let's see, that's Dame Aylin's parts. Okay, there's the scythe. Ah, there she is, because I have a bunch of other things stored in here. Okay, okay, so I just have to do some sanding and glue her together. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna start on next week. As you can see, I still need to clean it up, as there's still supports and all kinds of nonsense on it. This is what I am going to work on starting next week. I'm gonna move Will over here. I'm gonna take this and throw that in there. Sorry, I had another 3D printed thing sitting up in a place that's written. Those I still need to finish up because they're not ready for priming or sealing. These are, however. I'm gonna take his arm off because it'll make him easier to store. Okay. And I'll put the arm there. Okay, so this is the next project. So it's a fantasy Red Riding Hood hunter. So as you can see, she comes in 3 pieces because her arms are separated out. Ah, there's something stuck in there. So there's her scythe. Then she also has, I have to clean out the hole, but also She holds a lamp. So this is going to be very much a Red Riding Hood theme. So it's a lot of reds. Reds, dark color, or brown, reds and browns again, but a lot of red because the cloak will be red. So this should be a fun one to work on. I have to clip that off because it is cured. So for now, though, this is where we're gonna stop for the day because I said this needs prep work. I gotta finish preparing it. I'm done painting for the day because Will is now done. But I thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys are enjoying these painting streams. I'm gonna try and work on getting some more speedy time-lapse videos out. I know it's been a bit since I put one together. I've just been lazy, which is not a thing to do. But anyway, let's see. Who is online right now? I know HH is doing... Oh wait, I see Cyan on. That's why I haven't seen them today. How long have you been streaming, buddy? 225? Okay. I see Yasha, I see Space Angie. Let's see. What you doing, HH? Okay. Oh, sorry, they're playing a Biomutant and doing a fundraiser for themselves to help them get through the month. So I think I'm gonna send everybody over to HH. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah, I'll be back. Painting will keep going. So next week we'll start on our new project, and then see the rest of this week. Wednesday is more streaming. Probably finishing up Crash Bandicoot 3 and moving on to my next game, which will be Death Stranding. So another story game. Probably gonna I'm gonna end up hitting a point where I'm gonna be playing a lot of story games, back to back. So be prepared for that. Thursday should be the usual Baldur's Gate 3 with Ez and Nin. We'll see. I know Ez has real life things going on. Did I call it Trash Bandicoot? No, Crash Bandicoot. It might have come out as trash, but no, I do not think so little of Crash Bandicoot. Thankfully, I enjoy Crash Bandicoot a lot. But yes, tomorrow is finishing up Crash Bandicoot most likely, and then moving on to Death Stranding. Next week is more gaming, and then starting on this new project, and I will spend the week getting it prepped and ready to go. But anyways, let's get this raid going. Get out everybody's hair and go do the 6,000 things I need to do. It's 20. Okay. But thanks for tuning in with me and joining me. I hope you enjoyed the tunes and the painting. As always, these are fun to do. I will again work on turning more of these into videos as I can, and some other stuff. But have a good rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and if I don't, I'll catch you on the next stream you decide to tune in on. And if you don't, have a good rest of your week and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a fun time with Hellhounds as they play some Biomutant and raise some funds for themselves.